Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. My name's Chris, and I'm going to show you how we're creating hyper-targeted online billboard ads for orthodontists. How we're using perfect ads to make sure that you get the best qualified leads for your orthodontist practice at the lowest possible cost. In this video, we're going to talk about how to prevent getting burned and blowing up your budget with Google and all that stuff. And then we're going to talk about how to generate highly relevant clicks but pay way less than the rest of the market, and how to guarantee that you get the highest quality of leads possible for your orthodontist practice. And then lastly, we're going to talk about how you can have all of this launched for you without any risk whatsoever. So let's get started. Here's a wonderful billboard ad for a top-rated orthodontist, and you might pay 5,000, 10,000, sometimes even more, just depending on the size of the ad and the location. And typically you'll have that displayed on a major highway like I-5 going into LA. The great part about this is there's lots and lots of traffic. The downside though is that most of the time the ad is not very relevant to the people who actually see it. And that's for obvious reasons. This person over here might be thinking about what they want to get for dinner tonight. This person might be looking to get tickets to the ball game. This person over here might be thinking about a plumber. And the person who actually is interested in an orthodontist, guess what? They're driving in the opposite direction and they don't even see your ad. Okay, but what if we could actually make online advertising much more relevant at a lower cost? What if we could take all the people who are looking for tickets to the Lakers game, let's say over here on this street, and all the people who are in the market for a plumber in LA over here on this street, and then all the people who are looking for an orthodontist on this street? Then we could actually put an ad here, and we would know for sure that everybody who sees that ad is actually looking for an orthodontist. So our ad becomes very, very relevant. Typical online traffic actually works like this on Google. I go in and I put in a keyword for an orthodontist, but not just any location. I might want to look for an orthodontist in Los Angeles or maybe an orthodontist in Anaheim. Just depends on the area that I'm in, right? And then I might want to filter that even further. So not just LA, but how about the San Gabriel area of LA? Or maybe I want to filter it further and I want to look for the top orthodontist in the San Gabriel area of LA. Or I want to look for a cosmetic dentist and so on, right? And yet we might filter that even further. We could actually say, I want to look for the number one cosmetic dentist in the San Gabriel area of LA, right? And there's so many variety of search terms that we could use to filter our search to get exactly what it is that we're looking for. So what if we could actually take this marketing segment and make it more relevant? What if we could actually break up, our search for orthodontist by a number of different key terms? And if we do that, we actually get something that looks like this. And if we keep filtering with more and more keywords, we end up with a marketing segment that is perfectly relevant for every single visitor who's searching for an orthodontist. So now we take this same billboard ad approach, we take our ad, put it all together in Google, and we advertise it. And now we end up with a marketing segment that is perfectly relevant for every visitor. And that's how we get the lowest cost per click. So now people who are looking for a cosmetic dentist in the San Gabriel area of LA are over here on this street corner. And maybe somebody over here who's looking for adult braces in the San Fernando Valley of LA is over here on this street corner, and so on and so forth. And we literally are covering the entire market with every single keyword and key phrase in our search. However, people are still taking this billboard style approach of advertising when they go onto Google or go onto online. And so this is what they end up doing, and they're not getting a whole lot of clicks on their ad because it's not very relevant to the people who see it, when they should be doing this. So let me show you how my company at Ortho Premium Leads is actually doing this. Over here, I've taken a search result in Google. I typed in Los Angeles orthodontist braces for cheap, and I get a whole bunch of different results. Now, I want to draw your attention to the way Google actually breaks this down so that you understand why you may or may not show up in the search results. Google is going to take the people who are paying for online ads and put them at the top of every search all the time. Then after that, if your business is actually registered with Google, then you'll show up in the maps depending on what area the person is actually searching for. So in this case, they're searching for Los Angeles. So all these businesses here have registered with Google in the Los Angeles area. So Google shows them in the map section of the Google search results. Then after that, then everybody else shows up in the organic search. These are people who aren't paying for advertising, but they've spent a lot of money doing search engine optimization and trying to make sure that their website has all the keywords and descriptions that are used for somebody who's searching for a particular keyword, like an orthodontist. And so that's how Google breaks this down. But let me draw your attention now to the people who are actually paying for advertising. And I want to show you how Google actually ranks people. There's two criteria: how much money you're willing to spend for the keyword to get ranked, and then secondly, your quality score. Okay? So quality score is going to be based on how relevant is your ad. How many of keywords does it actually have in the headline and in the description? Okay? So if I look at these three ads right here, what I notice right off the bat is the person in the #1 position only has 2 of the keywords in their description based on my search. The next ad has 3 words: braces, loss, and orthodontist. And then this last ad only has 1 keyword in the description: braces. Now it does have Los Angeles here because they've actually put that in their advertisement. So right off the bat, what I know based on these results is that this guy right here, because he only has 2 of the keywords, his quality score is lower than everyone else. So this person is going to have to spend a way more money to get this #1 position rather than these other 2 people. Okay. Now, an interesting thing about Google, if I take this ad right here and I copy this headline, and I go over here to this other Google search and I put that exact headline in with the key area or the location being Los Angeles, look what pops up to the top. It's that exact ad. This same ad over here that was ranked #2 is now ranked #1 because it has all of the exact keywords in its headline and description. And so Google is going to reward you based on your relevancy. So really what that tells us is that instead of doing a billboard approach and creating an ad and just broadcasting that to anybody and everybody and hoping that when they do the search that they're going to maybe have 1 or 2 of your keywords in your description somewhere, or all the keywords that you've assigned to your ad, what this tells us is that we need to take a one-to-one approach, which means that the headline of my ad matches the keyword and key phrase. So that way I'm always coming to the top of the search results. And this is what our company does. We have a proprietary software where we enter all of the keywords and key phrases in the orthodontics field because that's what we do. We're familiar with that field, and so we know all the keywords and key phrases. And then it then creates all of these individual ads, these one-to-one ads, where the headline matches exactly the keyword and the key phrase that people would typically be searching for. So let me show you how this works. If you come over here to Google Ads, what I've done is I've put in all of the top key searches that people are looking for when it comes to orthodontics in the Los Angeles area. And so what I want to draw your attention to is the headline of my ad. So this search here, this is what somebody might actually search for: get braces near me. Now look at my headline: get braces near me. Down here, I've got Los Angeles, where to get braces near me. Look at my headline: where to get braces near me. Here's another one: where to get cheap braces. Look at the headline of my ad: where to get cheap braces. Okay, so we've taken a one-to-one approach with all of the typical key searches that people are doing in Google and match that up with the headline into the description of our ad. And so we've done that for all of these different ads here. So many different ads that we're showing, okay? And the problem is most people don't want to put in the time and the energy to create an individual ad for every typical keyword search that someone might do for an orthodontist. And so they do the billboard approach and they hope that somebody sees it, and that's how they end up blowing their budget, okay? So let's go back to the presentation here. And what I want to do now is I just want to explain a little bit about the science of Google. and how it actually ranks your ad. What Google's going to do is it's going to look at the maximum budget you're willing to pay or bid for a click on your ad. They call that the max CPC. And then Google's going to look at your quality score. So it's going to look at your ad and it's going to see, does your ad, how many relevant keywords does it have based on the person's search? Is the ad itself appropriate and comply with all of Google's policies? And is there a relevant URL that links back to your website? And if so, then what's the user experience of your website like? Is it optimized for advertising? And then based on that, Google's going to give you a quality score. And that's why someone here, advertiser one, can only spend $2 and get ranked in the #1 position and have a much higher quality score than someone down here who's spending $8 and blowing their budget, because their ad is so much more relevant. Their quality score is much higher. Whereas this person down here, their quality score is very low. And so they're falling in the ranks. Google's chief economist said that 60% of Google's quality score is determined by click-through rate, CTR. What does that mean? That means that the more people are clicking on your ad, Google determines that your ad must be much more relevant. So it's going to rank you higher in the search results. Whereas somebody whose ad is not getting clicked on very often, they're going to start falling in the ranks, even though they're bidding maximum dollar to get those impressions within the Google search results. And that's why people are blowing their budget. Okay, so something I just want to show you guys here real quick is the benefit of targeting long tail keywords. This is like a little freebie that I'm going to give you. Maybe you're already doing some kind of advertising and you can use this in your strategy if you want to. But typically people might do a search for like a single keyword like bicycle, okay? And the volume of searches on an individual keyword is going to be extremely high. There's going to be so many searches on just that one word. So the cost to compete on advertising or getting your ad to be displayed in the Google search results on that keyword is going to be incredibly high. And your ability or probability of actually converting and getting somebody to click on that ad and have them actually turn in to a qualified prospect or lead for your practice is going to be extremely, extremely low. Whereas a long tail keyword, something like black 10-speed beach cruiser, there's not a whole lot of people searching for that, okay? But the people who are searching for that, they're very interested in those people who are advertising information, services, or products that pertain to a black 10-speed beach cruiser. So guess what? The probability of me converting on that ad is extremely high. And then when I actually get somebody who signs up for something that I'm advertising for, I know that that prospect is very, very likely to purchase what it is that I'm offering. And that's the benefits of targeting long tail keywords. However, 99% of advertisers, what you're going to find is that they're grouping their keywords together. They're using that Billboard approach. And so what that ends up doing for you is you get more irrelevant clicks, more fraudulent clicks, a much lower quality score with Google, and then guess what? Worst case, your ad isn't even getting displayed. There's no impressions on your ad whatsoever because it just is not relevant to what people are searching for. So our solution is to use one search term per ad, one keyword per ad, one keyword search per ad. And by doing that, that's how we maximize the benefit of long tail keywords and ensure that the people who are clicking on our ad are relevant. And that's where our quality score goes way up, and we ensure that we always stay at the top of the Google search results and always ensure that we get highly qualified leads that are interested in the services that you're providing for your orthodontist practice. Okay, so by now I'm sure you're going, man, Chris, finally somebody who's been able to make sense of this and explain why I'm always blowing my budget. Well, don't worry, there's a lot of people in your boat that are going through the same headache. So if you'd like to, I'd be more than happy to hop on a quick 5-minute phone call with you, learn a little bit about your business, understand what it is that you're doing, and see what we can do to help. Feel free to contact us today because we are currently searching for a partner in your area. Our team's worked with orthodontists. We know it works. We know all the key phrases, the key terms. We've been doing this for a while, and we have a really good success rate. Now, the nice thing about working with us is you can pay via a flat fee or you can pay per lead, which essentially means there's no risk to you because we only get paid when we provide you a qualified lead. So that means if there's no qualified leads, guess what? You get your money back, and we'll throw in this nice little bottle of wine here just as a way of saying thank you for working with us. My contact information is over here. Here's my email address, chris@orthopremiumleads.com, my phone number, and our website to check us out. So I encourage you, if you want to get better results with online advertising, I mean, what would 10, 20, even 30 brand new, highly qualified leads mean for your orthodontist practice? Feel free to get in touch with us and let's see what we can do to help you out.